Okay, so today I'm going to be going through my exact guide of how I'm going to be playing the Pudgy Penguins airdrop and how I think you should be as well. Now, I think this is going to be one of the biggest airdrops we've seen in the crypto space for a while, and it's going to rival APEcoin in popularity. Now, if you don't know about Pudgy Penguins, it's by Luca Nets, which was he was a big guy in the crypto space in the past, but also the e-commerce space, and he has a ton of connections with people like Luke Belmar, Jordan Walsh, and he's also an amazing contract distributor. In fact, all these guys are amazing contract distributors, so they know exactly how to garner attention and keep a lot of attention in the space. Now, that's exactly why I believe that this is going to be a crazy drop because of the skill set behind that each of these guys have, especially Luke and Nets, and obviously Luke Baum was holding quite a lot of pudgies, as I've heard in the past. So obviously, we're in an attention economy when it comes to meme coin trading. So, you want guys like Luke and Nets or Luke Belmar to be running your coin, to be the ones that are building up your community, because these guys know exactly what they're doing. They've done it before. They're able to do it again. And right now, Pudgy Penguins are like 35 ETH. And in USD value, that's 136,000 USD. So the floor price, the value in USD is a pretty good indicator of what people feel like they're going to get from this airdrop. Sometimes it's a little bit high, sometimes it's a little bit less, but it's usually a good indicator of what the average is going to be and how much people are going to ape in, or where they feel like market cap levels are going to reach. So right now we've seen some allocations where people are saying they're getting like about 100k for a Pudgy Penguin. I can't find it here, but I've seen some people saying that right now the expected allocation is about 100k for a single penguin, and that's for the main collection. There's also the low Pudgies collection as well, which is I think they're gonna do 10% of the normal collection or something like that. Overall, the allocations are extremely high, extremely high. I'd be extremely surprised if people receive almost the value of a Pudgy Penguin itself, from the airdrop, because obviously it's a 30k difference, and you still get to keep your penguin if you don't sell it. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It might be a little bit high. We'll see how it goes. I'm expecting around 70k at least. I think that's going to be decent. Right. Obviously, right now I don't own a penguin. Right now I don't own a Pudgy, but from some of the people I've been talking to, a lot of them have a lot of conviction. And they think that the floor price for these can still go a bit higher, maybe like 40 ETH, 45 ETH by the end. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's going to be a large dip the price of these pudgies probably soon after the coin launches. But yeah, I've also got the allocation pulled up here. As we saw with like Hyperliquid that launched recently, which was like highly community based, I think they're going to try and do the same thing with the Pengu airdrop. As you can see, 70% is going to the community, and then 30% is going to go to the team, but that's going to be locked over a 1 year cliff, 3 year vest, which is pretty good. So that's what we kind of like to see. Most of the token going over to the community, while a small amount of the supplies going over the team. Obviously, because you want the team as well to make sure that actually participates in pushing the token. You don't want to just push it all to the community. So I think it's actually pretty surprising to me. I didn't think so much would be going to the community, but this is looking like a very, very, very strong airdrop. It's also, we've seen here there's going to be a lot of Pengu going over to other communities, so that might be Bored Apes, CryptoPunks. So that's going to be really interesting to see as well. That's going to bring a lot of people from, a lot of big buyers from other communities, a lot of big whales. So yeah, I think that's going to be good. But overall, supply allocation, everything looks good, perfect. That's why I think this coin could run a lot. It's a bit different from APEcoin, which was that was an airdrop as well, but I think a larger percentage of that was actually held by the team, the team behind like Bored Ape Yacht Club and stuff like that. But APEcoin started, around $10. Went to $23. It was a really big airdrop for anyone who had a Bored Ape Yacht Club, like a really, really, really profitable airdrop for anyone who had a Bored Ape Yacht Club. But I think we'll see a similar chart for this, for, the Pengu airdrop, where, let me just pull up my whiteboard real quick. I think we're going to see a very, very similar chart to the APEcoin airdrop for the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. So I think first of all, we're going to see like a huge spike right at the start. This is going to be snipers, anyone who was able to find the token address, maybe insiders, anything like that, right at the start is just going to send it right up. And then after that, we're probably going to have a dip, a little bit of consolidation. This isn't going to last long. It's going to be like a really, really short dip. Like, I promise you that it's not going to be a long dip. All of this is going to happen within a time span of maybe 30 minutes. So between here and there, I'm saying like there's 30 minutes to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. That's the kind of time span I'm looking for here. And then when it hits this dip over here, that's when you're going to want to look into placing the position, because what's happening here is after the snipers have gotten in, there'll be a lot of Pengu holders who will want to instantly sell their bags, maybe to the swing trade, or maybe because they get scared and think, oh, I'm not sure how much higher this is going to go. Maybe that fear starts kicking in. So when the price starts dropping here and it starts to consolidate here, that's when you want to start buying for most people. Now, if you do have a sniper button, if you're good at sniping, if you think you have the skills to like snipe it, you've got the contract address, you think it's gonna, it's gonna be a effective snipe, you're gonna get in early. And I would recommend sniping if you've done it in the past and you've got a lot of experience with it. But for most people, I recommend just getting in at this consolidation. For me personally, I'm going to be sniping and trying to hit the consolidation as well. And then after that, I definitely think there's going to be like a rise. And this is probably going to be over like a few days. It's going to be like quite a quick rise. But I think this rise isn't just going to stop like, in the first like 10, 20, 15 minutes. This is going to it's going to keep going up and up and up and up. Like, this is going to be something that goes on for a few days, preferably. So this might be like a 3-day time span here we're looking at. And then I'll say it's probably going to be a peak. I don't think this is going to do Bored Ape Yacht Club levels. I'm saying about maybe 3 to 5 billion is my estimate, but maybe 10 billion maximum. But I'll say if we hit 5 billion, that's where I'd be looking to take profits for sure. I think that's a little bit high. I think 3 billion is a better estimate for where I think the peak is going to be. 3 to 5 billion, anywhere between there, maybe around 4 billion. That's where you should be taking profits. I think that's going to be the peak. And from there, I think it's going to drop down, maybe back to 2 billion or something. And it's a bit, half and half where it's going to go. But overall, I think this is going to be like a crazy, like 10x, something like that. I think this is going to be like a 3 to 4x, but with size. So you can put in like 100k in or something like that, but with size, and like get a lot of return. So overall, I think it's going to be like a decent play. It's definitely going to be a decent play overall. That's how I'm going to play. I'm not sure where this consolidation phase is going to be. I feel like if you can get in before 1 billion, or definitely before 500 million, you're 100% good. Like, you should be happy with that allocation, like very, very happy with that. But for me, honestly, I'll be quite happy getting in at 1 billion. I think that's a decent price. And then I'll see if I can I'll see how high it can go. Hopefully 4 billion, hopefully 5 billion. It could go a bit higher. It's a community token after all. We did see hype go crazy Like if this does a hype, like it could go to potentially like 10 billion, but I think that's quite a stretch because it's 50-50 because obviously they're making revenue, but I don't know, we'll see. Overall, I think it's going to be an amazing airdrop, especially for people who are holding any of the tokens, any of the Pudgy Penguins, or other community tokens as well. So yeah, but if you can get in here during that accumulation phase, it's going to be beautiful. Probably say look for like a 60, maybe like 50%, 40-50% drop from that peak in the first minute when the Snipe is getting, then it should be okay. And then yeah, just wait for that 4 billion mark or something like that. So yeah, that's how I'm going to play out the Pudgy Penguins airdrop. Overall, I think it's going to be probably one of the biggest airdrops we've seen. It might be bigger than, I don't think it's not going to be bigger than APEcoin obviously, but yeah, I think it's definitely going to rival APEcoin because I feel like Pudgy Penguins has, it's got that community aspect to it. It's not going to hit the APEcoin numbers, don't get me wrong, it's not going to do anything crazy, but I think it's going to garner a lot of attention right at the start. Obviously, after a while, I don't think it's going to be a crazy successful token because obviously the NFT is more important. So I don't see this as like a long-term token. I think this goes to like 500 million. I feel like this is more of just like a way to give back to people who have been holding the Pudgies. But I don't think this is something that's gonna, do insane in the long run. As you can see here, APEcoin's only at 1.5 billion, 6 billion FTV. That's like really, really low. That's not the kind of FTV. Even at 1.0 it was at like 700 million. That's really, really low. Even with, twice, 3 times that size. So yeah, it's not gonna be a great long-term token, but I definitely think since there's going to be a lot of attention at the start, it's going to be an amazing play. I definitely think you guys should try and get in if you're there at the right time. If you know when it's taking place, yeah, you should definitely try and try your luck, but you just gotta be fast. Also, I'd just like to say, if you guys haven't already, if you don't have access to BULLX NEO, make sure you check the description. We've got a BULLX NEO referral link down. Join our Discord, join our Telegram, and also if you want the best X-Arena filters to find 100Xs every other day, sign up below, check the landing page below, sign up, put in your email, and we'll send you that list. But yeah, have a great day anyway guys. See ya.